All right, thanks, guys. And we are with the General Manager of the Guam Water Works Authority, MIguel Bordallo. Miguel, can you just give us a quick update where we at in terms of water restoration?
We are doing everything we can to get all of our operable water wells back online. We are currently operating at about 45%. We have a number that still need some generators or switch issues to be resolved. And then we have a certain number more that just don't have generators, and we're waiting for island power to be restored in those areas. We are trying to coordinate with GPA to prioritize the circuit or the feeders that that energize our water wells. So we're trying to get those back online. But even if we have increased wells operating, the time to restore the levels in our reservoirs, which were depleted during and in the immediate aftermath of the storm, that's going to take days to get our reservoir levels up. So we will make progress. More people in pockets will come on as the wells pressurize the system, as we get more wells on. But really, in order for things to return to normal, we really have to get more water in all of our reservoirs. And currently, it's just not looking good. It's going to take time to produce the amount of water we need to fill those.
So was it generators at the pumping stations that was the main challenge right now?
Well, there are some cascading effects. If we don't have sufficient levels in the reservoirs to push water from the north to the south, then some of our booster pump stations can't be operated constantly. When the suction pressure gets too low, we have to turn them off. And at that point, then areas like Jotnia, right after the Pago Bay booster pump station, they will lose pressure. And so it has a cascading effect. Go ahead.
So those areas right now without water, then what can their expectation be? Will they be coming on gradually, or are they going to have to wait till, as you say, the reservoirs get filled?
Areas without water now will come back gradually, especially in the north, as we activate more wells. People that are further downstream, they depend on the reservoirs to fill up first and then to flow towards the southern end of the system. So when the wells come back on, the customers without water right now that are rely on the wells for pressure, they'll come on. They will see water service resume more quickly. As the reservoir levels rise and we get more water that we're able to push through the system, then central and southern areas will see their water service improve. That's for the north and central systems. The other issue we're facing is we had at one point in the post-storm period, our connections to Navy supplies were terminated. And so we're hoping for that to be restored. We're working on that right now to see if those can be restored, now that I think the Navy has resumed operations at their water treatment plant. That will help the Nimitz Hill area. That will help Agate Santa Rita areas. So we are confident that that'll happen in the shorter term. The southern system from EPAN all the way to UMATIC are dependent primarily on the Ugam surface water treatment plant. We had some issues there with the intake that has been cleared. We're now trying to address some power issues that affected our pump drives. And when that issue gets resolved, we'll be able to resume full production at Ugam. And that'll help fill up the southern reservoirs. But we still have a little bit of work to do there. We had the ability to move more northern water to the southern system by adjusting some valves and some booster pump station operations, but that currently is not an option that's available to us because of the lack of water in the northern system. So again, as we build up more in the reservoirs, we'll be able to try to augment, but hopefully we have Ugam online before then.
Real quickly, Miguel, full recovery and got an estimated time frame?
If you have a crystal ball that tells me that, I'd be happy to answer the question, but it really is largely dependent on both GPA and us working together to get everything, all the circuits restored and all of our wells operational. So I don't have an estimate now, but maybe it would help to put in perspective. We're only in day 2 of a post-storm recovery period for the worst storm we've had in 20 years. So not necessarily making an excuse there, but I think I'm trying to keep myself sane and grounded in reality. And that's something I think everybody needs to remember. We are working as hard as possible. Our guys in the field have been spending long hours away from their families to try and take care of this. And, they still have their own homes to deal with. And so I'm super appreciative of all their efforts and pleading for the public to have patience. I know everybody is, nerves are, really everybody's on edge about this, and we want to restore as quickly as possible, but we are doing our best.
All right, GWA General Manager MIguel Bordallo, thank you for your time, Miguel. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you.